People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Now people, the first thing that is popping in the news, it is called, if them can't catch Quacker, them are gonna catch him shots. And even when them catch him shots, they are coming back for Quacker, you can rest assured. Now people, I am speaking specifically about an incident that occurred in a place called Lagwood. Lagwood is in Hanover, where a family of 6 lost their life one time. As a matter of fact, there were 7 persons in the house. Gunmen came. Gunmen light the house. Waited outside. Anybody run out, pretty much get blazed up. One lady, she decided that, listen, it is better for me to face the fire in the house than face the fire from the guns outside. She pretty much burned up in the house. However, the sad thing is that the person that was the intended target, him run out of the house, him take off for himself, run left him family members. All 6 of them, one time, Lagwood, Hanover, 3 years ago. There's a video that is circulating on social media, and this is the video right here. This is one of the family members that made it. However, people, maybe in March, 3 months or so ago, the gunmen, they came back. When they came back, they took out 3 persons this time. Other persons were there. Other persons were blazed up at. However, them escaped. However, 3 persons were not so fortunate. One of those persons is the family member that escaped the first initial thing. Now people, like me say, Jamaica is a very small place. Hanover is a smaller place in a small place. If you lose 6 family members one time, and you know that, listen, I was the reason, I was the quacker, I would advise you, common sense should tell you that, listen, maybe it is in my best interest to take away myself, go and reside. If I come from west, I go east. The furthest distant that I can live, maybe that would be my best option. However, people, a lot of times people don't take heed. And after you lose 6 family members, and you know, say, listen, me lose them because of this. Now people, like I said, I don't know the motive. However, whenever the gunmen come for the whole family, take out the whole family, and the person, the intended target, gets away, they are not going to stop until they achieve their objective. So people, in all of this, 6 family members one time, una get gunned down, get burned down, and then again, 2 other innocent people on top of the one intended target. So people, 9 people in all in 2 incidents because of one person. And what is even worse is that this person was actually working. It is said that these 3 persons that were there that got caught up in that video, they were there doing construction, installing some sorts of CCTV camera. And this is how the footage was out on social media. So people, at the end of the day, take heed. Do the right thing or the wrong thing is going to do you. And even sometimes when you do the right thing, the wrong thing will do you. However, if you do the wrong thing definitely are going to do you. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is that there's a very disturbing video circulating on social media. Along with this video is a picture. This is the picture right here. In this picture, this young lady's name is Shanika. It is said that she was kidnapped by some gunman, some kidnapper, and they're asking 1 million Jamaican dollars for her safe release. There's also a video. However, because of YouTube's policy, I am not going to play that video. However, in this video, I am going to put up some pictures. You could see clearly that this lady on the ground, and there was a man over her, man's face not being showed. However, the man have some sort of tool, a 9 or a 4/5, looks like a Colt. He is pointing it at her head. And even though you cannot see the person's face to determine whether the person in the picture is the same as the person in the video, it clearly shows that this is a young lady. Their structure kind of look the same. I am not going to say that they are 100% the same build. However, it could be her, and then again, it could not be her. However, at the end of the day, the point of the video is this. These criminals are getting more and more desperate. They are coming up with more and more innovative ways. Any which way in which they can achieve some sorts of buck by illicit means, they are going to do it. And people will understand that in a place called Haiti, that is what a lot of the gangsters, they are doing. They are kidnapping people and holding them ransom. However, most of the time when they take away people and hold them ransom, it is usually people from the United States, and they're asking for some excessive amount of money. However, truth be told, 1 million Jamaican dollar is not a lot of money. It is the equivalent of maybe 7,000 US. However, most Jamaican family don't have access to that money. However, when you love your family member, whenever you want the safe return of your family member, that is what you do. However, I think that in most cases that I've heard with kidnapping in Jamaica, one of the criteria is that you do not contact the po-po, you call the number and you meet somebody and you give that person $1 million Jamaican. However, what is the guarantee that when you go with this $1 million, you're not going to get kidnapped too, you're not going to lose your life, and even that the family member that was being kidnapped, that you're paying the ransom for, is actually alive? People, there's a saying that I've always said, whenever you dance with the devil, you get F-U-C-K. So therefore, whenever you're in any sorts of business negotiation with criminals, cold-blooded people that have no problem with taking away people, initially kidnapping them, and then take with them life if that ransom is not paid. You have to be very careful. So my suggestion is, and I am not going to recommend to anybody and guarantee anything. However, when this happens, it is best that you report to the po-po. Do not give in. Do not negotiate with criminals. That is the worst thing that you could do. So people, hopefully, this lady can find safety. This lady can be released. And we don't hear say this lady lose her life because the ransom was not paid and these people became impatient. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is an update about an incident that occurred in Denhamtown, Kingston, in which a young lady, she lost her life. Her name was Devonice Nelson. She is from North Street, Kingston 14 to be specific. Now when that incident occurred, it is said that the boyfriend, alias Brando, he was said to have been in some sorts of domestic dispute, argument, confrontation, physical, and him pretty much pipe her up in the head. It is said that him and the uncle were in the house, both of them take with themselves. However, the uncle would turn in himself a day or so later. However, people, based on information, it is said that an next person is now in the custody of the po-po. This man, Sean Stanbury, otherwise called Country, he is from Norwood is in St. James. Based on the information, it is said that he was officially charged with the takeaway, accessory to the takeaway, illegal possession of firepiece, and also ammunition. So people, one person giving himself, a next person held. The main suspect, the trigger man, the baby father, I think that he was also 17. This girl was 17 at the time she met her demise. However, people, you see how far it went. All the way from Denhamtown, all the way to Norwood in a St. James. However, people, at the end of the day, we see that the po-po, they are doing their investigation and they're following a lot of trails, a lot of lead. Don't know if the uncle that got locked up is doing some sort of talking. Don't know exactly what happened or how it led the Popo end up in a Norwood, in a St. James, and pretty much lock up this person, charge him officially. However, we have to give credit where credit is due. Kudos to the Popo, point blank and period.